What up, what up, what up? It's your man Dre Day, Sportsway with Dre Day Podcast. The Hood's ESPN, Crystal Street's very own. I want to thank y'all for y'all continued support on these videos that I've been posting. Keep it growing, keep it going, keep it flowing. Again, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sportsway with Dre Day Podcast. Hit the like button, hit the comments, and then on top of that, tell a friend to tell a friend. You understand what I'm saying? This video, short and simple. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. It went down again last night in that town where the Indiana Fever went up against the Chicago Sky. Yes, Indiana won. 91-83. So, in hindsight, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have played each other 4 times in their young basketball careers that we know of. And Caitlin Clark is now 3-1. She lost the national championship game in 2023, and now she's on a 3-game winning streak. She won in the semifinals of the Final Four this year, and then she's won the 2 games that they are now in the WNBA. This is not about who leads the series. I just had to throw that in there. What I do want to speak about, though, is the incident that happened in the game last night, where Angel Reese, I guess, was going for a block, and Caitlin Clark was going for a layup, where Angel Reese just rocked her on her head. But this is coming from somebody that is a basketball player. Well, used to be a basketball player. And also watches the game. You're going to have some people out there look at that video and they are going to immediately think that it was intentional. It was not intentional. It's just like Angel Reese said. It was a basketball play. Did it need to be done? Probably not, because the other defender was already on the weak side, which was I think her name was Izzy Harrison. So Angel Reese really didn't have to go for the block, but that's her game. That's what she does. She's a defender, so she's gonna go for the block. Now, us as fans, we know it's a basketball play. Caitlin Clark even said it's a basketball play. However, you're going to have those fans out there that's going to make this seem like it's hate, that is jealousy. All those things they are going to attribute to that situation in that game. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. It was just a basketball. It was a simple basketball play. Nothing more, nothing less. But this is the issue that I do have. And it's going to pain me to say this. It's going to pain me to say this. Angel Reese, when you do these interviews, baby girl, you got to stop spewing the hate. You got to stop throwing the subliminal hates. Because what's happening in these situations, you have done 2 interviews as of late where it seemed like you was throwing shade towards Caitlin Clark. A few weeks ago when you were saying that how, I'm basically paraphrasing, you know, it's not just one person. It's me too, and I want y'all to know that. That's basically you throwing shade to Caitlin Clark. Then we get to last night's game. Well, yesterday's game in the afternoon. You basically said that how it was a basketball play, which it was, but you also said that the refs dictated the game, which they kind of did, but then you also said, and I'm paraphrasing, some people get special whistles. Who do y'all think she was referring to when she said that? Obviously, she was talking about Caitlin Clark. And Angel Reese, and again, this is the big homie. I love you. I've watched you since you played at Maryland. I didn't jump on the Angel Reese bandwagon when you was at LSU. I've been a fan of yours since you was at Maryland. When you do these interviews, from the consensus, from the outside people, they're looking at it as every interview that you do, you're throwing shade and you're spewing venom towards Caitlin Clark. That's what people are thinking. Now, I'm not thinking that. You're a competitor. I get that. But just when it comes to these interviews, it sounds like, for people out there, it's like you going at Caitlin Clark, okay? And it's unfortunate because I posted something on my Facebook page, my X, and my threads over the weekend. Before this game, I said that Angel Reese was the Rookie of the Year. Argue with your mother. Because what she's done this season, with averaging almost a double-double, having about 5 or 6 double-doubles in a row, and then again, when you think of the sport outlets, there's a couple of sport outlets out there. I think it's about a good 5 or 6 of them. 5 of them got Angel Reese as the leading candidate for Rookie of the Year because of her efficiency. Then we get to those field goal percentages. When her field goal percentage from the field is abysmal. Even yesterday, for example. I just think that I spoke too early. I spoke too soon. And who knows, maybe Caitlin Clark might have heard me say that and say, you know what? I got something for you. And the game that she had against the Chicago Sky, I was very much impressed. Very much impressed. 23 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. We know she's going to do her thing when it comes to rebounds and assists. Especially if she doesn't score. She's going to get other people involved, and she's going to get rebounds. Angel Reese, on the other hand, she's a rough rider. She's going to get most of her points off of offensive rebounds. She's going to crash the offensive rebound and put the basket right back up. That's what she's going to do. I think that this Rookie of the Year race is going to be interesting. Now, I know I said Angel Reese was the Rookie of the Year, but right now, I have to go back on my word, which I don't usually do. So it's looking real close right now as far as who's going to win Rookie of the Year between the two. And I'm not even going to hold you. I would not be surprised if this race goes all the way down to the wire towards the end of the season. But clearly it's between them two. And I know it's a lot of people out there that's saying that, oh, is this a rivalry? To me, it is a rivalry. It may not be a rivalry on the basketball court. It might be a rivalry of, their personalities and shit like that. But from the aspect of they're both in the same draft class, the rivalry started in college. It's now crossed over to the WNBA. They already trying to pin this as the female version of Magic and Bird. Once you put those two names together along with this, you already done made it into a rivalry. Because we already know Magic and Bird was a rivalry. Magic was a point guard. Larry Bird was a small forward. But their games somehow were similar. In some way, some form, they were similar. So that's what made it a rivalry. Their games are complete opposites. Angel Reese is going to get her points, and she's going to grab her rebounds. Unfortunately, her field goal percentage is not too good this season. I'm not even going to hold you. It's not. But both of them have flaws in their game. Angel Reese's field goal percentage is not good, and Caitlin Clark turns the ball over too much. So both of them have flaws in their game, which I expect them both to get better with in time. We gotta remember, they're still rookies. They're still rookies. They're not veterans. They're still rookies. So they got plenty of time to flourish. Plenty of time to flourish. But I just think from yesterday's game, you're going to have so many people out there take that foul out of context. You're going to have some people out there that's going to try to say that, oh, yeah, it was intentional. It wasn't intentional. It was a basketball play. For those of you that say it was intentional, then clearly I know y'all never played basketball before. Clearly y'all never played basketball before. Accidents happen. Accidents happen. It is what it is. I don't think it was dirty. I didn't see anything malicious about it. It is what it is. But I will say this. I am enjoying the matchup with Caitlin and Angel Reese. I definitely do. I honestly can't wait until the numbers come out. I honestly can't wait till the numbers come out and find out how many people actually tuned in to watch this game. It wasn't a primetime game. It was a noon game. So I'm very interested to see what them numbers is going to look like. Because obviously when them two play each other, a lot of people tune in. A lot of people tune in. That's another reason why it's a rivalry. Because they're bringing a lot of awareness to their respective teams when they play each other. When Caitlin Clark goes up against Angel Reese, or vice versa, whichever name you want to put first, when they go up against each other, it brings viewers. It is what it is. It brings viewers. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I believe that they've played each other 2 times this season. If I'm not mistaken, I think they played each other, I think probably 2 more times, because these 2 times they've played each other, it was in Indiana. So I'm assuming the next 2 times they play each other is going to be in the Chi. So I'm very much interested to see how that goes. And I hope those games is televised on live television as well. Nationally televised games, because both of these games were nationally televised. Both of them. Both games. So I definitely hope that those other 2 games that they play this season in the Chi, I hope both of them is nationally televised as well. But we do have a rivalry on the horizon here with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. We already have one with Breanna Stewart and Asia Wilson. We already have a rivalry with that. We now have a rivalry here with Caitlin and Angel Reese. That is the new rivalry for the WNBA, or the added rivalry, you can say, for the WNBA. Now, what's going to make this rivalry even more wonderful is if both teams start to win. Like Indiana right now, they're on a winning streak. This is their first winning streak the whole season. The whole season, they've won back-to-back games. So if both of these teams can somehow start winning, then that's going to take this rivalry to a whole nother level. See, with Asia and Stewie, their teams are winning. Their teams are winning. So that truly right there is a rivalry. But we got another one on the horizon now with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. But this Rookie of the Year race is going to be intense. Again, I would not be surprised if it goes the distance, where it might not be decided till the last week of the season. It wouldn't shock me at all. But I will say this, and I need to say this before I finish this. If Angel Reese was to win Rookie of the Year, and I hate that I'm even going to say this, but I think it needs to be said. If Angel Reese was to win Rookie of the Year, she might have to stay away from social media. Because the things that are going to come her way if she wins by these troll fans will just be downright disrespectful. And I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, if Caitlyn wins, I'm quite sure she's going to get it as well. Because unfortunately, we live in a society where you have a bunch of trolls out there that just spill venom, but they won't say it to you in your face, but they'll damn sure say it through a keyboard. They'll say it through a phone, but they damn sure won't say it to you to your face. But either or, whoever wins is going to be deserving. So it's not like it's going to somebody that doesn't deserve it. Both of them damn sure deserve it. Now, I know a few days ago I said Angel Reese was the Rookie of the Year so far. But after what Caitlin Clark did this game, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Again, I think she might have heard what I said. I think she might have heard what I said and said, okay, Dre, I got something for you. And not only am I going to show you in this game, it just so happens I'm playing Chicago too, and I'm playing her, I'm going to show you how it's done. So I think a multitude of things are going to come into play on who wins Rookie of the Year. Obviously, they're going to go with their stats, obviously. And if they go by, their averages when they've played against each other, Caitlin has the edge right now in those 2 games. Statistic-wise, and then obviously she has the 2 wins already. So, again, who knows? Who knows? But again, people get your panties out of a bunch. It was not a dirty play. It was a clean play. I mean, it wasn't a clean play, but it was a basketball play. It wasn't what Kennedy Carter did June 1st. But it was a basketball play to say the least. But listen. Nothing to it. I'm not going to say leave it alone because everybody's going to talk about it. And quite frankly, the more they talk about it, the more it puts eyes on the WNBA, and I'm all for it. So, there you go. I had to give my opinion on that. Once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support. Keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing. Again, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Sportswear with Dre Day Podcast. Hit the like button. Hit them comments, man, and tell me what y'all think. Again, I'm trying to drop about 2-3 episodes a week, so I figured this is Monday. Why not start the week off right with dropping a little short video? So once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support. Keep it going, keep it flowing. To all the fathers out there, I know this is late, but happy belated Father's Day. I hope y'all had a great Father's Day yesterday. But that's it for this. Y'all be safe out there. God bless. Peace and love. Catch y'all during the week for another one. Peace and love.